What's up guys, it's Hyper here with another video, and today's video is going to be the top 5 dark natural 4 stars in Summoner's War. So this isn't light dark, it's specifically the dark nat 4s. So this list is of course going to be controversial. I mean, this is a controversial topic, but this is my opinion, and if you have different opinions, let us know your opinion in the comments. But we are expecting to have a different opinion than your guys' opinion. So whatever your guys' opinion on what this list should be, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Now, on this video, we won't be doing any honorable mentions because just like the top 5 light nat 4s we posted a while back, there's so many good dark natural 4 stars that we figure we could just make a 6 through 10 list later rather than putting like a few honorable mentions, because if I start putting honorable mentions, there's a lot of them that deserve an honorable mention. So I might as well just make a part 2 or a 6 through 10 video for the dark nat 4s. So it'll just be 1 through 5. So I'll start with 5th place, then 4th, then 3rd, then 2nd, and then finally 1st. So if you didn't notice, I'm on the 12-star PvE account. And if you don't know what that is, me and Spiral have a series going on our channel where basically we're trying to beat all PvE content in 12 6-stars. So Giants B10, Dragons B10, Necro B10, R5, and TOA normal. We're trying to all beat that in only 12 6-stars. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and check that out. But with all that aside, let's go ahead and get into this list, guys. So 5th place is going to go to Faye, the Dark Kung Fu Girl. So basically, Faye's first skill is just a defense break, and it'll proc the second skill with a 30% chance. This skill attacks 2 times, stripping 1 effect each time. That's reusable every 3 turns, and this skill will be reusable every 2 turns if you max skill it. Her third skill strikes random targets 4 times, and each strike has a 25% chance to ignore defense. If the skill is on cooldown, you have a 25% chance to counterattack when attacked. Basically, to recap, she has a defense break, a strip, and then an ignore defense skill, and this will counterattack if it's on cooldown. Now, this will go down to a 4-turn cooldown, this third skill, if it's max skilled. And then on top of all those skills, which are already good, she also has the Speed Leader, which is another reason she's really good. Ally monsters in Arena will get 24% increase in speed. So that's really good. So Faye is really good in Arena defense and Arena offense because her speed lead is very useful because you can use a team like this. You could use Faye, Bernard, Galleon, and Lucian, and that's really good because Bernard will go first, boost everyone's attack bar, assuming you don't have any speed gaps. Galleon will go second, defense break and attack buff. Lucian will go, take everyone down, and then Faye will finish everyone off with this skill right here because she'll have an attack buff and a defense break. So that's one reason Faye's good. Another thing that's really good about Faye is since this skill procs into the second skill, it can defense break and then automatically go into this skill and hit hard with the defense break. So that's another reason she's good. Faye can also be useful in some dungeon speed teams, but mainly Arena is where she's very good. One of the main reasons Faye is at 5th place instead of higher up in this list is because she is very RNG based. So like this skill takes a lot of RNG because it strikes random targets and it has a 25% chance to ignore defense and then the counterattack and stuff. So sometimes she's very good, sometimes she doesn't proc anything and she's not that good. So that is why she's only 5th in this list. She could be higher, but I think she's a little too RNG based to be much higher. So that's why Faye is coming in at 5th place. Coming in at 4th place is Isabel, the Dark Assassin. Her first skill, defense breaks. Her second skill is a self buff of attack power and crit rate, and instantly gives you another turn. This is reusable every 4 turns if you max skill it. And the third skill is really good, and it hits really hard. So basically, it deals damage to an enemy and recovers a turn if the enemy dies. If an enemy or ally dies while the skill is on cooldown, the skill will be instantly reusable again. So it hits super hard. If you kill someone, you get another turn. And if an enemy or ally dies while it's on cooldown, it'll instantly be reusable again. So if you just keep killing them and stuff with your other monsters, then this will keep coming back, and it's just crazy because she'll get so many turns because this can just one-shot people. This skill just hits really hard. She's mainly just a really good nuker. YDCB's Isabel, I believe, hits around 50k on this skill. Don't quote me on that, and I'm not sure, but I think that might be correct. So Isabel, just a great nuker, so she can be used in Guild War offense, she's really good in. And then you can use her like in Arena or in speed teams, so Giants B10 speed teams or whatever. But basically, she's just a very good nuker. So if you need a nuker, go ahead and build Isabel. especially because you can't get element disadvantage. She'll always have at least enemy neutral, and that means she'll have a good chance of critting, and she most likely won't gland. So that's why Isabel is coming in at 4th place. Coming in at 3rd place is Liebelei the Dark Joker. So 3rd place is going to go to Liebelei the Dark Joker. First skill is a HP block. Second skill puts a bomb on all enemies, detonating after 2 turns, and it has 50% additional accuracy. And then the passive counterattacks the enemy to inflict damage proportionate to your attack power, and decreases the skill cooldown when you're attacked. So basically, if they attack Liebelei, because it'll keep moving the skill cooldown back down, and then you'll get this back even faster, which is really good. Because if you max skill this skill, it'll be reusable every 4 turns, and then they keep attacking you, then you can eventually get the skill cooldown back and put the bombs back on. Liebelei is basically just one of the best bombers in the game. The only setback to Liebelei is bomb teams in general aren't that useful without Sierra. Sierra really is almost essential for bomb teams. Not essential, but it helps a lot to have Sierra in a bomb team. So without Sierra, it's a lot harder to run a bomb team. But if you have Liebelei and Sierra, your bomb team will be great, because Liebelei is probably one of the best bombers in the game. Paired with Sierra, another really good bomber, then that is just a really good combo. So Liebelei is basically just a really good bomber, useful in arena, guild battles, just wherever you're going to basically be running a bomb team. So that's why Liebelei is coming in at 3rd place. The second best Dark Nat 4 in Summoner's War is going to go to Beta the Dark Mermaid. So Beta's first skill basically just has a 50% chance to strip, and the damage increases according to your max HP. Second skill recovers the HP and attack bar of an ally by 30% each. This skill may revive a dead ally with 30% HP at the cost of 3 additional turns being added to the cooltime. Now, if this skill is max skilled, it will be reusable every 3 turns if you just use the heal, and if you revive an ally, then it'll go up to 6 turns. So pretty good skill to have a 6-turn cooldown on the revive, and then a 3-turn cooldown on a heal. Unfortunately, it's only 1 ally heal and attack bar, but still, it's still pretty good. And then the third skill is also really good. Recovers the HP of all allies by 15%, and decrease their chance of receiving critical hit for 2 turns, and gives them immunity for 2 turns. So heal, decreased chance of getting crit, and puts immunity on. So that's just a very good skill. On defense, it's really good, putting the immunity and anti-crit on, and it heals. So she's just a really good defense mon. Guild War defense, arena defense, and you can use her on offenses too, but defense is really good. If you max skill this third skill, it'll be reusable every 5 turns, by the way, and basically if you max skill it, it should be healing more around 20%, somewhere around there, plus still putting the anti-crit and immunity for 2 turns. So Beta is a very good monster, and that is why she's coming in at 2nd place. Alright, so finally 1st place goes to Frigate, the Dark Pirate Captain. Frigate's first skill is just a defense break. If you max skill this skill, this will go to 100% chance to defense break for 1 turn. Second skill orders the ship to fire a bombardment of 3 rounds to attack random targets. Each hit has a 75% chance of stunning the enemy for 1 turn. Max skill, this will go to 100% chance to stun, and the cooldown will go down to 3 turns. And the third skill is very good. It increases the attack bar of all allies by 50% each, and reduces the cooldown of their skills by 1 turn. If max skill, this is reusable every 4 turns. So Frigate can be used in a few different ways. One really popular way to build Frigate is to use him as your attack bar buffer in arena. So instead of Bernard, you'll use Frigate because he does have a 50% increase of attack bar instead of 30%, making it so you can have less speed on your nukers and still have no speed gap. And with less speed on your nukers, you can put more damage on your nukers. So that's actually really good. And considering Bernard's base speed is only 3 higher than Frigate's, upgrading from 30% to 50% is a very big upgrade. And it reduces their skill cooldown if you're using him in like a dungeon. But in arena or guild battles, it's really nice to have 50% because again, you can put less speed on your nukers, making them hit harder. Frigate's basically like Purian, except has way more base speed and is way more usable because the base speed isn't as low. Frigate can also be used in some sort of speed teams because of the attack bar increase, the skill cooldown, and then these skills can hit hard if you build him that way. But mainly as an attack bar buffer in arena is where you'll mainly be seeing him, or guild battles or anything like that, any PvP, you know, RTA, whatever. He's one of the best attack bar buffers in the game. So that is why Frigate's coming in at first place. So I think that's going to wrap up this video, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions to change this list, leave them in the comments. If you want to see that 6 through 10 or the part 2 for this, leave that in the comments too, and we'll get around to making that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.